Hello everyone, I'm Safal Pathak from Cambridge Overseas Solutions Private Limited, and my today's video is going to be a game changer for your Canadian PR journey. In my today's video, I'm gonna share the tools that I use, that professional across the globe use in order to assess a PR profile. And definitely it will help you both those who have already started their journey and those who are yet to start their process. Well, you people have been asking me so many questions lately, but due to my hectic schedule, I could not make new videos. I could not answer all the questions that you people were asking. So here I am with my new video, and in this video, I'm gonna answer all the questions that you people have been asking and the doubts that you people have been pondering about. So let's start off the process. So what I have done here is I have jotted down all the questions that you people were asking, and I'm going to answer all those questions in a sequential manner, which will help you out in understanding the whole PR process, which means that I'll be answering all the questions in a sequential manner, which means from the scratch till the end. Fine. So those who know nothing about the PR process, they will get to know almost each and everything about the PR process. So let's get started. First thing first, 67-point calculator. I have come across people who are getting flummoxed that what actually this 67-point calculator is and how to calculate it. So what I've done here is I'm gonna share the assessment grid or the calculator which I use, which professionals across the globe use in order to calculate these 67 points. Why I'm sharing it, reason for that is people who are trying to calculate, when they calculate they end up calculating something else, and when some professional does it, it comes down to something else. So let's get rid of this confusion and see how it can be calculated. And one more thing I would like to add here is, if you people are lacking to reach the threshold of 67 points, you will also get to know the alternatives that you people can use to reach or to clear this threshold of 67 points. So let's jump into my laptop and see how it can be calculated, that too in less than 20 seconds. So let's get started. So this is the calculator which I was talking about. You people can use this calculator to calculate your scores, that too very quickly within a span of seconds. You don't have to follow those steps which are there in CIC website. So you can use this calculator, and make sure that you calculate your points before you enter the express entry pool, or be it your express entry pool or be it your PNP pool. You must clear this barrier of 67 points. Fine. So let me take a calculator, and let's take a hypothetical profile and try to calculate its score. Let's take for an example, the person has his age between 18 to 35 years of age. So let's mention 12 here. Every year after 35, every year you get your 1 point deducted for your age. Fine. If you are between 18 to 35, you get 12 points, and once you go beyond 35 years of age, once you enter 36, you get 11. Once you get 37, you get 10. So this is how it is calculated. So I'm assuming that the person is between 18 to 35. So that's why I've taken 12 points for the age. Now let's talk about the second criteria, which is your English language. So this is what they have for English. Here we have this thing which is CLB. CLB is an acronym for Canadian Language Benchmark. You people might have heard CLB 6, CLB 7, CLB 8, CLB 9 or CLB 10. It means that CLB, Canadian Language Benchmark, if we talk about CLB 7, which means that you must have 6 in your listening, 6 in your reading, 6 in your writing, and 6 in your speaking. And when we talk about CLB 8, it does not mean that you need to score 8 bands. It means that you need to score 7.5 in your listening, and 6.5 in your reading, and 6.5 in your writing, and 6.5 in your speaking. So this is how it goes. Let's move on. For example, let's take for an example that the candidate has scored CLB 7, which is 6 each. So let's add 16 for IELTS, it comes down to 28. Let's move ahead. Now, this is about the employment, skilled employment in the last 10 years. How many number of years of experience that you have. For example, somebody has 1 year of experience, he'll get 9 points. Somebody who has 2 to 3 years of experience will get 11 points. Somebody who has 4 to 5 years of experience will get 13 points. And somebody who has more than 6 years of experience will get 15 points. Let's take for an example, the candidate has 4 to 5 years of experience. So I'm taking 4 to 5 years of experience, which I would add 13 points. Now it comes down to 41. Let's move ahead. Now we have another option which states others. It means that the first thing, app worked for 1 year, NOC, which is National Occupation Classification, OAB, but it has to be in Canada. Your 1 year of working experience, but it has to be in Canada. Next comes your spouse worked in Canada. If your spouse has worked in Canada, you would get 5 points for that. If applicant has studied in Canada, for example, you have done your bachelor's in Canada or your master's in Canada, you would get 5 additional points for that. Similarly, if your spouse has studied in Canada, be it your bachelor's or be it your master's, again you're gonna get 5 points for that. Then if you have your relatives in Canada, again you're gonna get 5 points for that. And these all these things all these things must be there in Canada, be it your experience or studies or everything. Now this is the thing which need not to be there in Canada, which means that if your spouse has done IELTS, that too he is supposed to get only CLB4, which means that he needs to or she needs to get 4.5 in listening, 3.5 in reading, 4 in writing, and 4 in speaking. It means CLB4, and this I guess everybody can score at least CLB4. So this is something which can be achieved easily. If your spouse can score CLB4, you will get 5 points. Fine. Next comes the qualification. Let me. I'm not okay. Let me take 5 points for your spouse. Let me add it, and it comes down to 46. Now next is your qualification. If you people have done masters, you will get 23 points. If you people have done PhD, doctorate, you're gonna get 25 points for this. And if you people have done graduation, you're gonna get 22 points for this. So I'm assuming that I'm assuming that this profile or this candidate has done graduation. I'm adding 22 points for this. So it comes down to 68, which means that the candidate is eligible for express entry or the candidate is eligible for PNP through express entry. What does that mean? That I'll be discussing in the later part of this video. So this is how it can be calculated. What you people can do is you people can take a screenshot of it. Let me scroll it down from top to bottom so that you people can take screenshot of it, and you people can save it for further references. Let me scroll it down. So this is it. This is the calculator that you people can use to calculate your 67 points, that too really quick. I hope it was quite easy for you to calculate your scores with the calculator which I just shared. And this video is not over yet. I've got a lot more essential details to share with all of you. And before moving ahead, I would like to, I wanted to tell you one thing, that if you people really want to reciprocate my efforts, you people can do so, and trust me, it's not very hard to reciprocate my efforts. You just need to calculate on that subscribe button and hit that bell icon so that you don't miss out on my second or third part of this series. Reason for this is you people had asked so many questions, and answering all those questions in a single video would not be feasible for me. So I'll have to make couple of more videos to answer all those questions that you people have had asked. So let's move ahead with the rest of the questions that you people had asked. So second thing, okay, let me tell you one thing. I want to make this thing crystal clear, which is this 67 point calculator is just to let you know whether you people are eligible for immigration or not. It has got nothing to do with your CRS calculator. It has got nothing to do with your PNP calculator. This calculator just lets you know whether you are eligible to immigrate to Canada or not. Rest, its job is over. Once you are done with it, tata, bye bye. We've got it what we wanted from you. We do not need you anymore. Fine. So now what we have to do is we have to check whether we are eligible for express entry or whether we are eligible for PNP. So in order to check your express entry eligibility, I had made a video long back. I will share the link in the description, but I would like to explain that thing here as well, that what are the parameters that you need to have in order to be eligible for express entry. Number one is your age must be less than or equal to 29 years of age. Second thing, you must have a master's degree. Third thing, you must score 8,777 in your IELTS. Fourth thing, you must have 3 to 5 years of experience. If you have these things, then you are eligible for express entry. And one more thing, if some of you have done French, then I would say that would be a cherry on the cake that would boost your score, and definitely in the next round of draw, you will definitely get your ITA, which stands for invitation to apply. Fine. And those who are not eligible for this express entry, then they move towards the PNP. Now again, this PNP calculator is totally different from the CRS calculator. This is totally different from the 67 point calculator. So try to understand, there are three calculators. One is your 67, which was there just to let you know about your eligibility. Second, CRS calculator, which lets you know about your express entry eligibility. Third is PNP calculator. Every province has its own way of assessing a profile, his own calculator, I would say. So let's take for an example, if we talk about Saskatchewan has its own calculator, and their eligibility criteria is 60 points out of 100. Fine. So in order to be eligible for Saskatchewan's PNP, you people need to score 60 points out of 100, and they have their own assessment grid. For example, if you are getting 22 points for graduation year in your 67 points calculator, you might be getting 20 points in your PNP calculator. So try to understand, these are different calculators. Don't get bamboozled between these two. This is totally different, this is totally different. Try to understand this thing. Why I'm saying this, because I've seen so many people getting flummoxed about what this, they tend to mix these two calculators. So try to understand, they both are different. Fine. And one more thing which I don't know what to say about it. You people are compromising your profile just by watching few YouTube videos. I wanted to discuss this thing earlier also. Yes, there are so many YouTubers and they are doing very good job, but do one thing, watch them, get yourself educated, but do not follow those who are not doing it professionally. Those who are doing it professionally, follow them. Fine. Because I've seen people earlier, they were making videos like how to make a chapati, how to make a samosa. All of a sudden they are making how to go to Canada. So do you really think they're gonna help you out practically? Try to understand, watch their videos. I'm not saying that don't watch them, get yourself educated, but try to follow those who are doing it professionally. Because when it comes to doing something practically, it's a totally different ball game. Try to understand this. Why I'm saying this? Well, there are so many things that people are doing wrong by watching YouTube videos, and they are doing it wrong, I would say, unknowingly. Let's take ECA for instance. ECA stands for Educational Credential Assessment, and I would say 90% of the people, they get their ECA done from WES, and either they do not know about the other bodies, or they do not know about the loss it may do to their profile. Let's take this thing for example. Somebody who has done MBA, when they get their ECA done from WES, they do not consider their MBA equivalent to master's degree. They consider their MBA equivalent to PG diploma. Similarly, those who have done MA in any stream, be it English, be it mathematics, whatever it is. For example, somebody has done MA in English, but West people would not consider your MBA equivalent to master's degree. But there are other bodies which will consider your MBA or MA equivalent to master's degree. For example, there is ICAS, there is IQAS. Since WES is a private organization, similarly IQAS, ICAS, they all are private. So why we people are inclined towards WES? We can get it done from IQAS, we can get it done from ICAS. There are a couple of more bodies. Let's jump into my laptop. I'll let you know the bodies as well as I'll show you the results. And one more thing I would like to mention here, those who have done their education in distance education mode. Yes, Canada accepts distance education, be it your study visa, be it your PR visa, provided your university must be approved by the competent authority. Since I am from India, here in India, the competent authority is DEB, which stands for Distance Education Bureau, which is headed by UGC, University Grant Commission. If your university is approved by Distance Education Bureau, then degree procured from that university is acceptable in Canada. And again, West do not consider distance education, whereas IQAS and ICAS, they both consider distance education. I'll show you the results as well in my laptop. And one more announcement I have to make here, that there are certain questions which can be answered in less than a minute. So for that I'm starting to answer those questions on my Instagram. You people, what you people can do is, you people can follow me on my Instagram, and you people can get your question answered there at the very same time. Fine. And yes, another announcement that I have to make here, from now on our company has decided to provide free of cost study visa services to everyone out there. It is not confined to a particular city, it is not confined to a particular country. Wherever you are from, irrespective of your country, irrespective of your city, we will provide you study visa services free of cost. Fine. So we will not charge even a single penny. We will not, there will be no transaction between you and us financially. Fine. So we will not charge even a single penny before visa or after visa. Everything will be very transparent. You people will be paying your fee yourself. You people will be doing everything yourself. But your filing will be done by us. If you want us to arrange your offer letter, everything, we will give you your SOP as well. Fine. Statement of purpose. So we will be giving this study visa services totally free of cost. Now let's jump into my laptop, and don't forget to subscribe this channel and pressing the bell icon, and don't forget to follow me on my Instagram. I'll give the link in the description. Now let's jump into my laptop and see about the other bodies who are doing ECA for us, and let me show you the results as well. Now let's jump into my laptop. So here you people can see that there are so many bodies from where you people can get your ECA done, and I took this screenshot while I was filing for one of my clients PR visa. So here you people can see that we have CES, then we have ICAS, then WS, which is widely popular, that's why people are inclined towards it. But this is not the only option, we have other options as well. Then we have MCC, then we have PEBC, then we have IQAS, then we have ICES. So there are so many ECA bodies from where you people can get your ECA done depending on the kind of qualification that you have. Fine. So let me show you the results as well. Here you people can see, let me show you how ICAS report looks like. Here you people can, let me zoom it for you so that you people can see it clearly. Here you people can see that this client has done MBA, Masters of Business Administration, that too from Sector Manipal University, and it was done in distance education mode. And you people can see that ICAS people have considered it equivalent to Masters of Business Administration. Had it been West, then scenario would have been different. West people would consider this equivalent to PG diploma. And now let me show you the report by IQAS as well. Here you people can see how an IQAS report looks like. Let me zoom it for you. So here you people can see how an IQAS report looks like. So this is it. I wanted to tell that there are so many other bodies from where you people can get your ECA done depending on the kind of qualification that you have. Fine. So you can take a screenshot of it as well. Let me open it for you. So take a screenshot of it, and depending on your qualification, get your ECA done from the respective body. I hope it was quite informative for everyone out there, and there are yet so many questions to be answered, but I'll answer those questions in second part of this video. And one more thing, if you people want us to process your PR visa, you people can contact us, and as you all know, you don't have to come to my place. The complete process is online. Once your visa is filed, we will give you your user ID and password so that you can check it yourself as well. So till then, thank you very much. Stay home, stay safe.